welcome to Living Jewel. I'm Jewel, and today we're going to be doing 2-time spicy noodles on steroids. Excuse my shirt because I've been kind of cooking a little bit already. I'm going to be starting with my chicken, and I just sauteed some chicken with garlic, onion, and a little butter. So this is a meal that I think is just so easy, inexpensive, and delicious. So follow me and I'll show you what ingredients that I've used so far. So, like I said, I used chicken breast. I just sauteed that, like I said, with butter, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. And cut that up into slices so that we can use it for that. Then I have onions, fresh onions, that I'm going to saute in some butter. I have 3 eggs. And these eggs, I'm also just sauteing into some butter, add a little salt to it on top. And then some fresh steamed broccoli. And then, of course, the star of the show, the 2-time spicy fire noodles. So I'm using 1 pack because it's just me eating. And I know with mukbangs, people like to see you eat like 3, 4, 5 packs. But honey, I'm not about to try to get myself sick. So therefore, I'm going to use 1 pack because this will fill me up because I'm having 3 eggs and I'm having a whole chicken breast in there. Then I'm using some accent salt, regular salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and brown sugar. And of course the butter to get the onion sauteed. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the water ready for the noodles and put those on the stove. You just follow the package directions. You don't have to, there's no specific amount. You know what I'm saying? And I left a little in there when I'm draining it. I do leave a little bit of the water in there because I like my stuff kind of soupy. So I'm going to put this on. And I'm going to go ahead and put the broccoli in the microwave. Like I said, follow. And that's going. And so while that's going, I'm going to turn the stove on so I can saute my onions. I love my onions caramelized and sweet. I love, 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 love onions, you guys. I prefer my onions cooked. I don't necessarily care for raw onions, but when you caramelize these things, I'm telling you, it's going to be delicious. And this, like I said, is very inexpensive, excuse me, and delicious. It's something that you can cook. It doesn't take long at all. And so I'm going to let this butter melt a little bit. And once I get this butter melted the way I want to, we'll come back to you guys. Okay guys, so the butter is melted. We'll go ahead and add our onions to it. Gotta fly away. I'll get that later. And I like to add a little salt to get the onions to sweat faster. I think it works faster for me. Anyway. And this same pan is what we're going to put the noodles and the chicken and everything in once it's completely done. So we're going to let our noodles our onions, get to cooking. Trying to heat up on those noodles. Broccoli's done. Everything is coming together. So I'm going to go get my eggs. Just bring it over here so everything can be ready. Like I said, we're just going to put these onions down so they get a little translucent. Doesn't really take long. And once these get translucent, we're going to take them out of the pan. I'm going to put them on this plate, and this to the same pan with the butter and everything, we're going to add our eggs. And that's another simple step because I'm not scrambling them, and I'm just kind of making them over easy. I'm going to flip it just like an omelet and place that on top of the noodles. The longer you cook your onions, you guys, the sweeter they get. Like I said, these are still a little white. I want them to get a little clear. We'll go from there, but I don't want to burn them. So you really got to watch these onions when they're cooking, because if you just leave them there, they tend to cook quicker than you think they will, and then they'll be burnt, and then you'll have a burnt taste to your food. And I do not like burnt taste in anything. So therefore, you can keep stirring it until it gets to the color that you want it to be. At this stage, to me, it's still a little raw, like I said, because I want a bite to it, but not the raw onion bite. And this is real butter. You can use Blue Bonnet, you can use margarine, rather, any type of butter that you want to use. It doesn't have to be real butter. You know, that's just kind of what I use. Real salted butter, but this is not a gourmet meal. So whatever you use to butter your toast or whatever, you can use the same thing. It'll still taste the same. The real butter is not going to change the flavor of the 2-time spicy noodle on steroids. So these are looking just about done. They're starting to brown just a little bit. Like I said, caramelize. They're starting to caramelize a little bit. If you can look at it, you can see that they're not as white. They got a little brown tinge to it. And I'll say at this point, they're cooked good enough for me. I'll take these out. Put them on my plate. To this, I am going to add just a little more butter because I want to make sure these eggs don't stick. So I'm just add a little bit more butter. Just to ensure the eggs don't stick. And I love my cast iron skillets. My mother-in-law bought me both of these cast iron skillets for Christmas. I think she bought both of them. She may have bought my big one. I'm not sure. But she bought these cast iron skillets. And ever since, I've been addicted. So you're just going to pour these in there like so. And let them cook, y'all. Just let them go. I'm going to get my spatula. I am addicted to my silver spatula, guys. I love my silver spatula. I use it for everything. I got like 3 or 4 other spatulas, but this is my favorite. I just think it gets everything up great. So as you can see, it's cooking like that. I'm going to let it cook a little bit more. Then I'm going to try to flip it over. If it breaks, it's okay, guys. It's okay because it's still going on top of my food. However it cooks, okay? So let that sit there and cook. Check these noodles out. They're just about ready. Everything's coming together good. So here we go. We're going to flip it a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the whole thing and flip it over. You see some of the yolk broke? It's okay. I promise you guys, it's okay. It's an egg. We just want it fried on top. And I like the egg because it tastes good, first of all. But then secondly, the noodles are so spicy, the egg kind of calms it down for my mouth. So that's another reason why I use the eggs. So everything we're putting in here, the chicken is not spicy, the egg is not spicy, the onions, of course, aren't spicy. The broccoli isn't spicy, and it just calms down your mouth. And then to the broccoli, I don't even add anything to it. I just put it right in the noodles by itself, fresh broccoli, because the flavor of the noodles and the packet gives it enough seasoning that you don't have to add anything else to it. Plus, we're gonna add seasoning to it once it's done. So we're just about done with this egg. I'm going to let it cook for a few minutes, and then I'm going to literally just scoot the pan back and let it continue cooking so it'll be completely done by the time I get ready to plate. So you turn it off, slide it back. Cast iron skillets stay hot, you guys. It cooks even, it's still cooking even after you move it off the stove. And any skillet, if it's hot, is going to cook after the stove, but I think the cast iron skillet cooks it a little bit longer. So if you have a regular stove, you can let it sit for another 30 seconds or whatever and then slide it back, just to ensure it's as done as you want. But some people like their eggs extra runny. If you do, then it's done now, okay? I'm just dropping everything, guys. Okay, so the noodles are just about done. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I don't want it to be gummy. Give it a few more seconds. get my calendar. Like I said, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna use a calendar because I want to keep some of the water in there, and if I use the calendar, it's gonna take out all the water. So we're gonna just use it as such. And I think it's about ready. Because as you can see, y'all know how to boil noodles. When it start looking a little lighter, then it's done. So I'm going to keep that stove on because I'm going to be putting all this stuff back in there. So you drain it. I say I'm going to leave probably about 3 or 4 teaspoons of water. Okay? About 3 or 4 teaspoons of water is in there. Is it gonna work for me, y'all? Okay. Excuse me. It's mine. And disclaimer, my hands were clean previous to cooking. You come around here, dear. My husband's my cameraman, you guys. My hands were clean previous to me cooking. And so, just want to let y'all know, I know coronavirus is out there, so I'm not contaminating my food. So I'm going to add some onion powder. Going to add some accent salt. And this is to taste, you guys. This is your palate. This is your taste. This is just some extra seasoning that I like to add to my 2 times fire noodles. And then I use probably a teaspoon of brown sugar because the noodles are kind of sweet anyway. And then, like I said, you can do it to taste. So if you add a teaspoon, it's not enough sugar for you, girl or man, add more. Add more. This is to your palate, to your taste, okay? And y'all can see the juice in there. I don't need that much juice, just enough. I don't want no soup. So, I add my onions. Gonna add my broccoli. I'm not using this whole bag of broccoli, guys. Ooh, I love broccoli though. That's enough. And my chicken. Okay? I put this back on the stove just real quick. And I'm gonna toss all of this together. Make sure you get that juice on your broccoli. Make sure it's getting on your chicken, etc. Okay, so that's just reheating everything back up. Oh, I had my plate, it was nice. Got food or juice. We're gonna add this. You see how much food this is? Like, dude, if I had made 2 pans of this, like, I wouldn't have gonna eat all of this. This is 1 pack of noodles, guys. 1 pack of noodles, okay? Doesn't that look good? Look at that chicken. It's so tender and delicious. Okay, and like I said, to this, we're gonna top it with our egg. Take your egg. Place it on top like so. And just to be a little fancy, like I'm a true chef, I'm going to add some parsley on top of that egg. Just a little bit. Guys, 2-time spicy noodles on steroids. So, you guys, I'm going to leave the recipe, description, all the ingredients and everything in the description box below. Please, please, please make sure you like, subscribe, and push that notification bell so that you can see the videos that I have as soon as they come out. I'm going to try to make sure that I have 2 videos a week, and tell your friends, tell your neighbors. I'm going to be doing mukbangs. I'm going to be doing easy recipes for you and your family, and hopefully you can enjoy the Living Jewel channel. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.